The RSI, or Relative Strength Index, is a commonly used tool for trading. However, it's very often used incorrectly by beginners. So in this video, I'm going to show you the mistakes people commonly make, how to use the RSI correctly, and how our RSI based indicator can help you simplify your trading. So first of all, what is the RSI? Well, it's basically an oscillator which measures the speed and change of price movements. So you can see one at the bottom of this chart here. So it's basically its default settings. The only differences are that I've removed the moving average, which goes through the middle, and I've made the lines slightly brighter so they stand out. You can see them a bit clearer. So what these lines represent, these dotted lines, so you've got one here around the 70% mark. Anything over that represents overbought. And the one down here at 30%, anything below that represents oversold. And the midpoint is at 50%, which is just a good reference point. However, it can be used for other things, which I'll go through a little bit later on in the video when I get onto our free indicator, which uses the RSI. So what are the mistakes people commonly make? Well, what they do is they usually look to sell or go short whenever the RSI is showing overbought, and they look to buy when the RSI is showing oversold. So I'll show you a few examples of where that isn't the case. So if we take a look at price back here in around the 14th of February, you can see the RSI is well overbought here at about 80%. But you can see that doesn't mark a top at all. You can see we trend sideways for a little bit. The RSI goes down, but the price doesn't really go down that much further. And then all of a sudden we get another huge leg up. And then once again, the RSI up here at about 87%. Price is sky high, and yet still price doesn't come down. If you sold or went short there, unless it's a scalp, you're not going to have a good time, because then we get another leg up. And even then, the RSI still at about 86. We do get a sudden drop. This is obviously on the daily time frame, but then we shoot back up and go for another leg up, and you can see that the price is much higher than it was before, and yet the RSI is even lower. So it's definitely not a nailed on short or sell if the RSI is overbought, but it is time to be cautious. Same with oversold. If we take a look back in time, you can see here, this was obviously back at around August 2023. So you can see we came down to about 25k, big spike, and you can see that the RSI is well oversold down here about 20%. And then you can see price just goes sideways for a long time. So again, we're on the daily time frame here. So if you entered a long here because the RSI was oversold, expecting a big bounce, you're waiting, what's that, about 8, 9, 10 days. We then do get a bounce on the 29th of August, and then the next 2 days price comes straight back down to where we were before. So apart from that, really no price action there to have got you any sort of profits from a long or a buying perspective. And as I say, come straight back down and then crab sideways before going even lower as well. So as I say, just because the RSI is oversold or overbought doesn't mean that that's a nailed on reason to go for a trade, but it does give you a little bit of caution if it's oversold, or gets you thinking about potential longs and potential buys in the oversold area. So the most effective way of using the RSI as a trading tool is by looking for divergences. So I've got a little cheat sheet up on the screen for you to look at whilst you follow along. You can get this from Google Images. Just simply type in divergence cheat sheet, and there's loads of options available. Either have it on your desktop or print it off, put it on your trading desk, put it on your wall, etc., whatever you like to do. But essentially there are 4 different types of divergences. There are regular bullish, hidden bullish, regular bear, and hidden bear. So as you can see on the cheat sheet in front of you, a bullish divergence, regular bullish divergence, is when price is making lower lows, but the oscillator, in this case the RSI, is making a higher low. A hidden bullish divergence is when price is making a higher low and the oscillator or RSI is making a lower low. A bearish divergence is when the price is making a higher high, but the RSI is making a lower high. And hidden bearish divergence is when price is making a lower high and the RSI is making a higher high. So as you can see, the way to identify them, if you're looking for bullish divergences, it's at the bottoms, so the candle bottoms and the RSI bottoms. If you're looking for bearish divergences, it's the tops, so tops of candles and tops of RSI, so peaks and troughs. The other difference between them is as well, a regular divergence often indicates a reversal in trend, whereas a hidden divergence often represents a continuation in trend. So let's take a look at some live examples. So now we're down onto the 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin, and as you can see, I've got an example of each type of RSI divergence, and I've kept the cheat sheet up in the corner for you to reference to. So As you can see, top left, we've got a regular bearish divergence where price is making higher highs, as we saw on the example earlier on the daily time frame. So price is making higher highs, and yet the RSI, as you can see, is making lower highs, which would indicate a regular bearish divergence, which, as I mentioned earlier, a regular divergence indicates a change of trend, and that's exactly what we got, and we got a big drop. Moving on to over in the middle here, we've got a hidden bullish divergence. So again, price is making higher lows, whereas the RSI is making lower lows. So again, hidden bullish means a continuation of the trend, which is what we saw. We were continuing to go up, and then this bullish divergence formed. We got that another leg up, and away we went. Next one is a regular bullish divergence. So as you can see, price is making lower lows, but the RSI is making higher lows. And again, regular divergence indicates a change of trend, which is what we got, although only a small one. As you can see, we bottomed out here, formed that divergence, had a little bounce, and then made another lower low. And then finally, over here on the right-hand side, we've got a hidden bearish divergence. So price ever so slightly making lower highs, whereas the RSI making higher highs. And again, as you can see, a continuation of the trend which we were already in, which was a downtrend, and we got a big drop from that. Now, the other mistake people commonly make is they think that every RSI divergence is going to produce a huge move. And as you've seen in some of these examples, not every move is a big one following a divergence. Sometimes it's just a small reaction to offset or reset the RSI, and then the trend continues. So what people often do, as I mentioned before, either they jump in too quickly to overbought or oversold conditions, or sometimes they hold on thinking that a big move is coming and they eventually get blown out of the water. So now I'm going to show you how our free indicator can simplify all of this, because I know what you're thinking. Trying to find out where all these divergences are can take quite a long time. You're not quite sure whether you've got the right one. Is it hidden? Is it regular? Is it bearish? Is it bullish? And also sometimes they can be very hard to identify. So I'm going to show you how our free trading indicator can help save you a lot of time, stress, and hassle. So on the screen now, I've got both the Pro and free version of the Learning Crypto Trend and Momentum Indicator. So the free version, you can literally just add to your charts by searching indicators, type in LC, and it will come up under community, as you can see, made by our analyst Anthony Fee. If you want the pro version, just head to our website learningcrypto.co.uk and join us in the Traders Lounge. We've got both monthly and annual subscription plans. Save on an annual subscription plan, and also we've got a discount link in the comments below. But Traders Lounge comes with the Discord access, online education, we've got live Zooms, live trading, and of course the indicator. Our Discord, we've got plenty of trades going on in our trading community as well, as you can see. And you can see with the trade success, we are very busy making profits. So if you want to join that, as I say, head to the website learningcrypto.co.uk and join there. Anyway, back to the indicator. So as you can see, there's a bit of a difference between the pro and the free version. Free version at the top and the pro version at the bottom. And the big difference is you can modify a lot more on the pro version than you can the free one. Now, if you want a more detailed explanation and review of what you can and can't do using the indicator and the strategies that we use, we have got other videos on the channel. I'll link them in the comments below. But if we zoom out on these, you can see we've got trend bars as well. But I'm just focusing on the RSI factor on these indicators at the moment. So if we go into what you can change on the free version, as you can see, there's not a lot of options, whereas you go into the pro version and you can change a lot. So again, not going to focus too much on that. We have got other videos on that, but one of the big differences is the free version only shows you regular divergences, so regular bull and regular bear. You can see by these little flags here. So obviously R means regular, whereas on the pro version you get access to the hidden ones as well. So H for hidden, both on bullish and bearish divergences. And you can see that the indicator actually shows you the divergences for you without you having to figure out whether that is a divergence or not, which type of divergence it is, etc. And also, it's on the pro version, you get these little circles which can show you confirmations of divergence as well. But again, that is all customizable. I actually turn those off. And the labels as well. So it's just a little bit easier, a little bit cleaner, and you can still see that those divergences still appear on your chart. So when you know your divergences pretty well, you only need these little lines to show you what kind of divergence it is. And as I explained at the beginning, if it's bottom to bottom, then it's bullish. If it's top to top, then it is bearish. So another cool thing about the indicator, as you can probably tell, the RSI is color coded as well. So really nice visual aid. And I say when you combine it with the bars as well, there's also one for the pair you're trading on the USDT. You can change the time frame that it represents, etc. It is a really good all-round tool, and it certainly makes looking for RSI divergences a lot easier and can make your trading a lot less stressful. Now, before I go, I'll show you the quick results of a trade that we put up on Monday's video on YouTube. So I talked about this short on FTM, where we entered here because we had broken below a 4-hour level of support. The trend bars were red. Again, if you want a more detailed description of how I use them, follow the link in the comments below. But we were below the RSI 50 and we were starting to break down. So we entered here, TP1 at 67.8 cents, which we hit, and then we got out right at the bottom here at this daily level down here at 61.5 cents, which I highlighted and targeted back on Monday's video. You can see clear level of daily support there. Got out right at the bottom, and now you can see we are bouncing up again. So if you want more trades like that, join the Discord. Plenty of them going on in there. We've got scalp trading, swing trading, positional trading, the lot. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like, subscribe, drop a comment below, and hope to see you on the next one.